Hi guys, this is a lightning Tendrils of Escalation Elementalist build that stacks life, power, endurance and brutal charges. Very good for ritual and simulacrum kind of content. It has big area damage, cleans all the screen. Also tanky, and it has nice single target damage for bosses. I will show some boss fights, then I will explain the build.
This is the key to a crucible that stretches the sanity of the mind. This
The stakes.
Your absurd defiance ends here, hatchling.
The prize please comes to join. Stand still. For stand still.
You force my hand again, little mouse. So be it. You've chosen to side with chaos. This is my world, and you shall obey my order. Irrelevant! Justice!
Lightning Tendrils of Escalation is a channeling spell skill with a lot of flat lightning damage, especially on high levels. To increase the levels, we use Empower Gem, Replica Dragonfang as Flight Amulet, plus 2 level of socketed algems implicit on body armor. And the Darkseer Scepter. This scepter causes malediction on enemies, so they take 10% increased damage, and they deal 10% less damage. Also it gives plus to maximum life and energy shield per level. Shadow Stitch body armor also gives 6% increased maximum life and 8% maximum energy shield for each corrupted item equipped. I have 8 corrupted items, so I get 48% increased life and 64% increased energy shield. The reason why we are stacking life is Wrathpith Globe Spirit Shield. It gives 5% increased spell damage and critical strike chance per 100 player maximum life. I have 6,200 maximum life, so this shield gives 310% increased spell damage and 310% increased critical strike chance. The negative part of this shield is that it sacrifices 10% of our life when we use a skill. Luckily, Lightning Tendrils is a channeling skill, so it sacrifices only once 10% life when we start the channeling. When we get interrupted, the channeling starts again, and it sacrifices again, so it's important to be immune to stun and freeze. I use Unwavering Stance and Arctic Armor to solve this problem. Also, any non-instant skills we use interrupts the channeling. Frostblink is an instant skill, so we use only this while we are channeling, and is an important part of this build because of the Coiling Whisper ring. It eats 1 soul per enemy power when 90% of our hex duration expires on an enemy. Soul Eater is a buff that can stack up to 45. Every eaten soul gives 5% increased attack and cast speed, and 1% character size. Unique enemies have 20 power, so the ring gives 100% increased cast speed every time. 90% of our hex duration expires on them, to a maximum 225% increased cast speed. We need a hex skill with short duration. Temporal Chains has only 5-second base duration. Less duration support gem gives 59% less skill effect duration. Hexed Ouch support gem also gives another 35% less curse duration. With those support gems, Temporal Chain has 1.4 second duration. Level and quality increases the duration on Temporal Chain and Hexed Ouch support, so it is important to keep them on level 1 without quality. We link those gems with Frostblink, so the blink will automatically cast the Hex, and in like 1 second later we will get the Soul Eater buff. So if we blink 2 times on a unique enemy, we will have 40 Soul Eater buff, and that is 200% increased cast speed. Lightning tendrils basically hit fast, especially if we get this insane amount of cast speed. We have around 100% critical strike chance during the fight. If we combine this with chance to gain a flask charge when you deal critical strike. Mod on flasks, that means our flasks are running like all the time even on single target. Is almost like we have Maga Blood without having it. The negative part of Coiling Whisper Ring is that enemies are unaffected by our hexes. For example, we cannot reduce the enemy's lightning resistance with conductivity or elemental weakness. For this reason, we use penetration instead. Watcher SI Storm Drinker skill from Cluster Jewel and Awakened Lightning Penetration support gem gives total 57% penetration. The gem also inflict lightning exposure, and since we are an elementalist, with Mastermind of Discord Ascendancy skill it lowers the enemy's lightning resistance with 35%. Also we use Heart of Destruction for more damage and area of effect, Shaper of Winter for more defense, and Liege of the Primordial for buffs granted by golems. With Golem Commander skill, we can summon for golems, and their buff effect will be increased with 90%. Flame Golem increases the damage and area of effect, Lightning Golem increases cast speed, Stone Golem increases defenses, and Chaos Golem gives chaos resistance. We have 6 maximum power charges, 2 from Skill Tree and 1 from Helm Implicit. Caster Mastery generated every second while we are channeling. Inner Conviction key skill gives 3% more spell damage per power charge. For that, we need Dominus version of Militant Faith Timeless Jewel. Also channeling skill deal 4% increased damage and 4% increased elemental damage per 10 devotion mods gives another 48% increased damage. We have 8 endurance charges, 3 from the skill tree, 1 from Ring Implicit and 1 from Arnes Anguish belt. Ralakesh Esit Patience Boots has a mod count as having maximum number of endurance charges. This means we have 8 endurance charges all the time. Sadly we not see the little red orbs around us, else we would look like a Christmas tree, but we get all bonus from them. The belt also have a mod gain brutal charges instead of endurance charges. So with Enduring Composure Cluster Jewel skill, we gain brutal charges. Each brutal charge gives 3% chance to deal triple damage. With the maximum brutal charges, we have 24% chance to deal triple damage. That means around 50% more damage. Before bosses, we can use Forbidden's Right skill. This skill hit us and generate brutal charges, so we can start the boss fight with maximum brutal charges. Pain Attunement key skill gives 30% more spell damage when on low life. To make low life, we use Blood Magic key skill and reserve life with auras. Arctic Armor grants less fire and physical damage taken from hits while stationary, so pretty much all the time. Herald of Thunder grants some added spell lightning damage, but with Circle of Regret ring. It also gives increased lightning damage and lightning resistance. Petrified Blood keeps us tanky when we are on low life. We link those auras with Enlightened support gem, and put into Viridius Veil Crown, that also gives plus to level to socketed gems. That helps in reservation. Also we use Reservation Mastery too, so we reserve 50% of our life. Zealotry gives 16% more damage, 41% increased critical strike chance and creates Consecrated Ground on hitting a rare or unique enemy. Consecrated Ground grants 5% life regeneration and 50% reduced effective curses on us. We link Zealotry with Eternal Blessing support gem to avoid the reservation cost. Also it gives 24% increased aura effect. We have 6.2000 maximum life, to 0.8k energy shield, 80% all elemental resistances, 73% chaos resistance, 90% physical damage reduction. 8 endurance charges, 1k life regeneration, life leech from gloves implicit and from Doriani's lesson cluster jewel skill and energy shield leech from storm drinker cluster jewel skill. Also frost shield and steel skin with cast when damage taken support gem. And heart of flame from molten exifraft absorbs a lot of damage taken too. So we can stay and explode. Or play with Shaper in his beam.
Irrelevant!
Since we are tanky and have large area of effect, if we want, we can just stand at one spot and defeat example before.
I will not be made a fool.
you have any question about the build, please write in comment. Thank you for watching.